giving you story after story. Everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gonna do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 62. Ooh wee, I'm getting on up there now. Ha ha. Yay. Back once again. Part 3. Pass catching up to you. Now, let's get into it. Now, as I told you on part 2, that I ended up burning out of jail, and you know why I was in there. For a sale charge that happened 2 years ago. But yeah, so this is this leads on up to the situation now. Now, so I was in there, I got out, bonded out, man. Like I say, I paid like $325 to get out of there. You know what I'm talking about. So I got out, went on with my life. Yeah, I still had that charge. So and that was a felony. And you know, a sale charge, sale of crack cocaine, that carries a 30-year sentence. They can give you up to 30 years. So I'm talking about back then. I don't know what it is now. That was 20 years ago. 20 something years ago. But anyway, but now, you know, I don't know how it works. So first thing I did was went and hired me a lawyer. Yay! I went and got me a lawyer. The dude I had hired, he told me, you know what I'm saying? Back then, this was the late 90s. So he said, man, you know, I had to pay him like you know, for him to take my case, you know what I'm saying? I had to pay like 800 down and you know, pay him the rest later. I think that it ended up being like $5,000. So I hired the dude, man. And first court appearance, I go up in there, and you know, when you know your first court appearance, you just go and you plead guilty or not guilty, right? So I went there and did that. Then I got to talking to the cat, and I'm like, man, you know, telling them about the situation and everything. He got the way he got to talking. I said, man, I might not need to use this dude, man. Man, the dude got to talking. He gave me all this bad news, like, you know what I'm saying? Man, the best thing you can do is, you know, go and plead guilty, and you know, take about 5 years, and you know, I'm like, nigga, you must be crazy. Take 5 years. What is wrong with you? Man, he wasn't even trying to help me. But see, he was a Caucasian, and one thing about it, he was one from Rankin County. So at the time, he didn't care nothing about it. No way. He didn't care nothing about my case, man. He didn't care if I went to prison or not. He was just trying to get that little money off me. So guess what I ended up doing? I ended up firing that dude. I said, man, I no longer need your services. I used him for that long. He got the little $800 or whatever off of me. He didn't get another dime off me. Guess what I did then? I went and got a court-appointed attorney. Yes, sir. It was free. I didn't have to pay for it. All I had to do, you know, a lot of people wouldn't have did that because a lot of people crack under pressure. You know what I'm saying? They think, oh man, my life over. I don't know what to do. Man, please. I ain't one of them kind of cats though. You know what I'm saying? So, and this one I was like 22 at the time. No, I wasn't. I didn't crack under pressure. You know what I'm saying? I know I had the ups on them. You know how I know? They said they had some evidence saying that I sold to this dude, this specific dude. I ain't bring up his name. I ain't got no problem with him now, nothing like that. That was back in the day. So they said, even though he was going around buying from everybody, and he was, and not only the neighborhood that I was in, but he was going to different neighborhoods and buying from people and setting them up. You know what I'm saying? He take it back to the to the police, and they got you on camera and stuff. But see, I said I made a motion to discover because that this what made me get rid of that lawyer. I said, well, man, let's do a motion to discover and see why they got me, see what kind of evidence they got me. You know what I'm saying? See, I keep my ears to the ground. I ain't no dumb nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? I was a smart criminal. Man, it don't matter if this. I said, oh, okay. That's why I got rid of him. They come to find out, do a motion of discovery, they ain't even got no evidence, man. So obviously, he didn't take the evidence to them on me. He just brought up my name or something. I might have to tell you about when they got everybody, and I wasn't nowhere around when they got everybody. That's for another story. I'm gonna leave it out of this. But anyway, so when I found out that, man, I fired. Man, I said, man, I ain't finna pay this dude. Been paying this dude to give me no time. So I said, I got a court appointed attorney. It was a young Caucasian female. She was in her 20s. She was in her late 20s. She ain't even been doing it long. Man, I got with her, got rid of the paid lawyer, got a court appointed attorney. Now, for the sake of the argument, well, I might not be saying it right. Now, let me explain something to you. Now, you got to know how things running to know if if you don't need a lawyer or a court appointed attorney. You got to know. You just gotta know some stuff. So I ain't telling you to do this. Well, I'm a different breed of nigga, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I do my research. But anyway, got the court appointed attorney. She started representing me. Only thing I had to do, talk to her about the situation, blah, blah, blah. First time she came to me, she said, well, they want to offer you 2 years and 5 years probation. I said, I ain't sold no dope. The one I did, but they had to prove that. So I knew they ain't just come to me with 2 years. They ain't got no evidence. So now they became, well, I ain't gonna talk about my brother case, but they came to him with big time. You know what I'm saying? They still didn't have no evidence. But anyway, he beat that too, but I ain't gonna talk about another man's business unless he wanted me to. But anyway, so I said, oh, no. I ain't taking that. Next time she come back. No, it was actually a year and a half. It was a year and a half they offered me at first as a plea. I said, nope, man, I ain't selling no drugs. I'm not taking that. I'm gonna have a felony on my record. I'm not doing that. I started talking all talking all proper stuff. Like, man, I ain't never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? So turn around, and boom. Next court date, some months later, I went. They offered me 6 months probation, no time served. Now, who wouldn't take that? Who wouldn't take that? Tell the truth. Who wouldn't take that? But I'm going to tell you the truth. I said, obviously they ain't got no evidence and they just trying to get trying to get stuff over with, get them out the way. I ain't studying them. Man, when they said 6 months probation, no time served, I said, oh no, I'm going for the gusto. I'm going all the way. I told my little Caucasian lawyer, female, I said, no. I said, I'm not taking that. No, not today. I said, I ain't finna have no felony on my record. And I told you, I haven't sold any drugs. Man, so go again. We went and talked to the judge and all that. And so she tell him, man, he just don't want to take that because he don't want to have no felony on his record and all. Woo! So end up about 2 weeks later, she called me to the office. I went down there. She said, guess what? I got some good news for you. All the charges are dropped. Yeah. See, you got to be smart, man. You can't just jump. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, no, I'm going to go to prison for the rest of my life. Man, you got to think. If they offer you, now you got a charge, man, they offer you that little small amount of time, probation for 6 months. Come on, man. They ain't got no charge. Moral of the story is, don't just jump and do things. Think before you leap. And another thing, be careful and don't get caught up in situations that's gonna come back to haunt you in the future. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 62. Be on the lookout for episode 63. Till next time, I'm signing off. Yes, sir.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.